Okay, so yeah, carrying all the goodies. Wait, look at that. Look at that. I'm carrying all the goodies. Can I kind of hold it like a fan? Okay, so hey, good morning folks. On today's Travel Bites with Liesel 81, flying Qatar from Germany to Nigeria. Guys, I'm holding some of the goodies I brought back, actually the only goodies I brought back. This one was actually a gift from Eniduru for the session I did with them and with the kids, the creative writing session I did with them.
Qatar Airways National Park is known for hosting rich, large African wealth. You will see the importance of going for excursion. Lizzie is also one who goes for excursion. I watched her on YouTube sometime when she was moving near the hilltops and hill valleys and going to many parts of all these interesting places.
I got this and the rest are for my sister. She asked for them and my mom bought them and gave them to me to transfer. We're gonna keep it on the side as prop. Okay, let's talk about what I want to talk about today. So after almost 5 years, in some cases 4 years, I have traveled back to Nigeria in November up until the 3rd, which was my birthday. Why did I choose to fly with Qatar? What's the gist around it? I'm going to walk you through it, and I'm going to walk you through the airport experience and flying back and why I decided to do it. So I was thinking about going back to Nigeria, I believe 2022, and I just realized my passport had expired. I didn't have time to go do it, and you know, time-wise it just didn't work out. So 2023, when I came back from the Caribbean, I went straight to Frankfurt to go get myself captured so I could get a new passport, because that's where our embassy is, and there's also one in Berlin, but I chose Frankfurt because I could combine it with work stuff. Anyway, so I get my passport done, but I'm not able to go in 2023. So this year is going on, and I'm like, I really want to do something special to celebrate 3 years of working at my company, and I want to combine it with going to Nigeria, and we get a total of 56 hours that you can volunteer to communities, courses that are dear to you. And as I already maybe mentioned a few times over, I work with Eniduru. I've worked with them 2 times. I considered doing something with them the year before, but because I didn't go home, I couldn't. So this time around, I was like, okay, to celebrate my 3 years working at the company, I'm going back home. I'm going to volunteer. I'm going to go to Eniduru, and I'm going to volunteer at the school in my village. So I had to find a flight that would allow me do the volunteering, but as well also see my family. And as you may kind of like have grasped in between, my family do not live in the same cities. They actually live in different regions in Nigeria. To be specific, like the north, the south, and the west of Nigeria. So every time I go home, I'm literally region hopping in Nigeria. So I thought I would like to have a flight that allows me a multi-city stops. So I did some research to try and find which airline would serve my purpose best. Lufthansa always comes to mind because Lufthansa in some cases has direct flights to Nigeria, but most times they always stop over in Frankfurt anyway from Munich, so it's not direct. Nonetheless, I did a search and Lufthansa was coming up as one of the cheapest, 600 and something, and I thought, that's strange. So disclaimer, they've started doing this thing that they do where they show you the cheapest fare, and it's the one that just has hand luggage in it. But like, sorry, who goes on intercontinental flights with hand luggage, right? And I'm like, yeah, they are them people, but it's like 2% of the people flying to Nigeria, but nonetheless, so that's what they do. They show you that one, and then you then get the next one that allows you to take one 23 kg bag, and then the standard one, because all the times I've been flying intercontinental, especially Europe to Africa, it was always 2 checked-in bags from 23 kg each. Now when I now got to that one, it was about 800 euros, but if you know me, you know that I hardly ever fly back home with just 2 suitcases, because I always have things that I give away. And this case, it was just a straightforward flight. So Munich, Lagos, Lagos, Munich. I hadn't done the multi-city stop, and when I started to try to do that, it was just going way off the charts, the price with Lufthansa. Plus, then of course, I wanted to know what the extra bag would cost. So I was checking some things out in the airport anyway. So I went to the office and I was like, hey, if I was going to take an extra bag to Lagos, how much would it cost? And she was like, oh, it's now cheaper. It's now 210. Which I found rather ridiculous because I was like, what is in the bag and why should I pay that much? So I decided to go look for other options. So of course there's the usual suspects, the ones I've gone with. KLM, Air France, British Airways. But I recall that I got a mail on the 31st of January from Qatar saying, hey, you have 20,400 and something points, this and that. And I thought, I always know the service I get from Qatar anyways. What are those points going to do for me, and can I get the multi-city stop flight that I want? So I headed over to Qatar Airways, the website, and I put in Munich, Abuja, Abuja, Lagos, and after checking everything, it came out to 860, and I was like, okay, what happens when I apply my points? At the end of the day, I paid 719, and I got the multi-city stop flight I wanted in the first place. Second good thing about it is, with the way the flight's arranged, I get to fly at night, meaning I have a full day when I come in. I'm not using a day to fly, which is awesome. And regarding the extra luggage, I paid 185 euros for the extra bag. So all in all, I was in roughly about 1,000, and I had my multi-city stop, I had the time I wanted to arrive, and I knew the service I was going to get. So on this video, I'll be taking you through, first of all, my experience taking the 3 bags to Munich, what I had to consider in terms of how to get to the airport, how to make sure that the bag isn't way too much. I mean, if you don't have a scale at home or something like that. I did have a scale that I bought, but I was like, don't really 100% trust it. And maybe some other new developments that I found out whilst I was at the airport. And then, of course, showing you the Abuja and the Lagos airport. And here's another thing that came out of me flying to Nigeria with Qatar. After I had done that flight, arriving in Abuja, I got the email saying, you are now silver on the One World Qatar membership program, the Privilege Club. I was like, yes, whatever that means. And I did find out what it meant because I was able to use the lounge in MMA, so Murtala Mohammed Airport, Lagos, and I was also able to use the silver lounge in Doha, and I will be showing you that. So the whole reason why this trip happened was my 3rd year. It is my 3rd year at Salesforce. We get 7 days to volunteer in a year, and I really wanted to do this with courses in Nigeria. And of course, getting to do it in Nigeria meant I had to get myself from Munich to Nigeria and back. And for this, I chose Qatar Airways. And I'll be sharing my experience flying through Doha to Abuja and from Lagos through Doha back to Munich. So come along, let's check it out. Right now, the major focus is this suitcases better not be heavier than 23 kilos each. And because I have 3 suitcases, I'm like, honeys, there's no way I am going to take a taxi. I'm sorry. I know that taxi drivers need to earn a living and I respect it. I'm not taking the taxi for 70 euros, okay? Let's just be straight. So I'm going to say penny wise, pound foolish, but Eliza is going to take the S-Bahn on Monday night and take 2 of these suitcases, drop it in luggage storage. That costs like 8 euros. And then in the morning, I go with one like this and my backpack and come into the airport and I don't have to pay 70 euros. I know, penny wise, pound foolish. I do not know, but just some things that just, let me be honest, I cannot do it. And not because if I do it, I will go, but 70 euros for taxi, no. No, I cannot do it. Like, no. Okwaram. Especially because there's an alternative. The alternative requires me investing time, but honey, that's okay. Now someone will say, oh, my time is more valued, I'd rather stay at home, and blah, blah, blah. Nein, ich kann keine 70 € für ein Taxi bezahlen. Nein. Okay, so first first fact, the black one is definitely heavier than 23 kilos, and it was not easy to try and get it up and down the stairs. I took it down, but up I had help, and the guy that helped me with the bag was like, what do you have inside, stones? So I think definitely I have to remove quite a number of the books, but it's a good idea to go weigh them today. And you know, my strategy now is going to be, I want to get boat bags to weigh at least 22 kilos, so I would have a kilo extra that I can take things out of the one at home in case, because I'm not weighing that one now. But this is a better bet because I get there, weigh, find out what they both weigh, and then I can decide what I'm taking out. I definitely think I'll take 5 or 6 of the books out of this one, and my backpack is not full, so I can put it in there. And the hand luggage either. I think the hand luggage has another 2 kilos that I can put in it, so I'm taking out the books definitely, and I think it's going to make a huge difference in this one. Or like just the novels, but not like the coloring books, because those are flat and they'll take more space. They don't weigh that much. But from this one, I'm reckoning it weighs 24, so if I take out 1 kilo we should be fine. I'll figure out what is in it. Oh god. Okay, that's it. So we are taking off, and here is to the start of my PTU. First flight to Doha and then to Abuja. Toblerone, I got it in Munich, the big one, the 360 grams for 17 euros. And they were selling this literally one for 17 US dollars. And there were also this crisp bar thing they're called Italian sweets. Since I met Sarah, who's Italian, who's going to Vietnam, and she told me they were Italian, and I looked at it, and online you can get the 1 kg bag for 8.75 euros, and they were selling it there for like 17. So I would say that Doha duty free, it's not doing any free thing for you, in my opinion. So I did not buy anything from them. Yeah, so I think that's a good way to kind of gauge if it's really worth it. So I didn't do that, but I am very curious. Let me see if I can show you the window. Let me see it. Yeah, sun is rising. Arrival in Abuja, going to passport control. See that transfers, passport control. I'm gonna do a quick one. We're here. Let's go see what the rest of the experience is like. So far so good. You get off, they tell you to have your boarding pass ready, they scan it, and you're off. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna put you away in a bit because we don't want to call too much attention. I'll be able to go outside, but I'm just showing you a bit of what here's like, and we're gonna head out. I'm gonna go find David. David should be outside somewhere. Okay, oh my god, the waiting area for departure looks like. I'm not going to be able to show you this later, so I'm showing this to you now. And wait, let me put myself in the shot. So if I were leaving from Abuja, I would wait over there, but I'm not leaving for... that's the wall. See, so it's good to turn around. That's the wall. So I'm going to swipe back and go get that wall in a second. See this wall in somebody's video, and I think it's a great idea because it's like a mosaic, but not a completed one, so they're probably adding more and more to it. Onyeko Wenu, Stella Adevo, I don't know who that is. Mekanyoku, Wole Shoyin Kata Fawabelewa, Namde Zikiwe, Aguirunsi, Morita Mohammed, Shun Shagari, Chimamanda Adichie, Chinua Achebe. So this is perfect. This is perfect. David in the car. And David has been in Abuja since a couple of years now, and he does car hire services. So if you are ever in Abuja and you need car hire, I'm going to blend his number in the comment section. He does roughly about 30k for airport pickups, and for day rates roughly about 60, depends on where you're going to, and you have a clean car and he knows his way around. So if you are looking for a driver to take you around, make sure you look for David. So guys, this is David's company. As you can see, they're doing different things. There's car hire, delivery services, hotel booking and reservation. There's business monitoring and representative, general contractor. There are quite a number of things that you can do through David's organization. So if you are looking for a reliable person to work with when you're in Abuja, make sure you check him out. So I'm done. I've actually checked in, dropped my bag, I have everything. I just wanted to show you this really lovely artwork on the wall, but unfortunately I don't know where I can see it from because you only see the reverse. It's really a bit funnily done anyway. And there is an artwork I want to show you before I go in, and I think it's really pretty. Unfortunately, the one outside, I don't know how you get to see it, but this one is beautiful. And I think you should see it because it shows Lagos, or icons of Lagos. This is not working. If I did, I might make people uncomfortable, so let's use you like this. But let's turn. So that's what I want to show you. It's pretty. Look at that. That is so pretty. I'll make a short one. I'll bring out my stuff and make a short one. I'll show you. Let me forward. Walk up, show you the mural behind me. You see it? Look at it. It is nice. Look at that. But I am going now to passport control, and I'm just taking you through the airport so you can get a feel of Murtala Muhammed Airport in Lagos, Nigeria. Now I can't tell you how many flights are processed a year at this airport. It's probably information I can find out later online, but as you can see, we are headed to, that's where I'm going. I'm not going to turn it off. This is the first food thing I've seen, and I'm going to go check what else they have up there. Let's find out. I've successfully managed to keep my dirty nairas, which I'll get rid of now. If nobody else harasses me for them. Speaking of which. So Qatar is seriously tempting me. So I've used them to fly to Tanzania, and then I used them to fly to New Zealand, and I used them now to Nigeria. And based on that, they upgraded me to silver. And you know, I was thinking of going to the Caribbean, and I'm all like, there are benefits of this. Anyway, we'll see. I don't know if they have any attractive flights to the Caribbean or not, but maybe to Argentina. If I go to meet NG, I might just stick to it and enjoy the benefits they have. But this is the business lounge they have in Murtala Muhammed Airport in Lagos. I'm showing you the back. Now it has its pecs, and they're not complaining. I'm having a coffee and a cake and the other things, but I don't think I'll eat that much because I'm trying to watch it. There you go. Heading to the infamous wedding gates. So it's time to board. It's time to say bye-bye, Nigeria. Oh wow, look at this huge shot of Idemre Hill. Nice. I wasn't paying attention. Commercial buildings in Abuja. Some view. Okay. What center is that one? This is looking at Zuma Walk. Why did they do that with Lagos Lagoon. So let's go get on the plane. Oh, this is lovely. I mean, my short was not taken from this angle, but it's a nice one. Let's see. Aerial shot of Idere. Ah, okay, and they're shooting from. Oh, they have good shots of Idere. Okay. So, voila. Exiting in glory. This is the duty free. We have people having faces like somebody hit them, and I don't know why. So this is our duty free, and that's my gate up front. And we're about to, yes, thank you. There you go. We're going. It's a bit of a distance, to be honest. Now it doesn't smell as nice or funky. I feel like this is where we left. The last time I left Nigeria, I feel like this is the hallway we went down during COVID. You're repeating it.
Qatar Airways flight QR 1406 to Doha is still boarding at gate D34. Qatar Airways flight QR 1406 to Doha is still boarding at gate D34. Final departure call, please. Thank you.
Report it to airport authorities immediately. Your vigilance helps us keep the airport safe for everyone. Thank you.
My God.
Attention, travelers. Harassment.
Okay, I give up. Percent left. I gotta charge this thing. But what I love is that yeah, I'm sitting in a row where there's no one else on it, so I could lie down and sleep, which is not a bad idea considering the fact that I have a 5-hour layover in Doha, so might be a good thing. And to be fair, the window seat here is much better than the one I got initially because I had a wing right smack in the middle of it, so if I had any hope of getting nice shots, it would be blocked. I'm just hoping that the side I'm sitting on still gives me very good shots, and I am curious. So this is Qatar going back. It's been good. I'm very grateful, and let's get home. Let's get home and see what I left at home. And they are really moments that totally upset you being here, but they are moments where you're sad that you're leaving. And I think that I really, really, really wanted to come back because it had been a while, and even though this was just like a short trip, I'm still grateful I was able to come and I was able to see as much as I was able to see and do the events that I wanted. But just right now, seeing the setting sun over Lagos and the people, my family, and just the vibe, minus the stress, obviously, you feel kind of like, why can't I have this more often? But when you think about all the challenges on ground, and when I talk about the challenges like getting cash and how frustrating they make it for you to get money, that's kind of like depressing, and other things, then you feel, is it sustainable? That's the question. Is it sustainable? How long can you do it for without going mad? Like, I literally spent 90 minutes at the airport waiting to leave after coming in from Enugu, plus was it an hour delay from Enugu? So all of that kind of adds up. It's not to say that Deutsche Bahn doesn't have delay. Deutsche Bahn has sometimes 4 hours delay, but the environment around you when the delay is not heightening the situation, but the frustration becomes more. Previously, I was able to get a SIM card without an issue. Now you need a NIN, you needed this. I didn't ask what the situation is if, say for example, you're not residents or you're not from the country and you want to get a SIM card, maybe they actually accept your passport number. I didn't ask about that. So if you know the answer to that, add it to the comment section. So major disappointment that I found was the cash situation. The fact that the old notes are still being used after they, made stress about those wonderful new notes that I don't understand why they were made in the first place. But a lot of things changed. I use iDrive a lot this time around. I like the system for iDrive, and I didn't use RA, but yeah, I feel sad. You can see the settings on the color from the window. I feel a little bit sad, but nonetheless I'm grateful. So yeah. Early birthday present. I spilled mango juice on myself and the chair, unfortunately, but voila, I have a new pajamas from Qatar. The crew is really nice. I think they checked my ticket and they saw that tomorrow is my birthday, so they've been really nice, which is I'm very appreciative of that, because not every airline that will do that, and they're being really very nice. So they're selling themselves very good. And this is my new PJs. I'm gonna sleep in it. Plus they gave me a 3-seat row, so I can be here by myself and then I can actually sleep. So it's a plus. It's good. It's starting to be a good year. I'm happy with the year so far. It's starting to be a good year, so wish me luck. Look, good morning. I am headed to the Silver Lounge before gate B. My gate will be shown at 5 o'clock. It's 3 something right now. I am tired and I want to sleep. I'm just gonna try and find the lounge. Yes, I can still see the signs. I need to drink hot water. I need a corner to try and sleep. Let's see what's in the Silver Lounge and how much this upgrade is gonna do for me. But the one I'm looking for has the beautiful sign, and I oversaw it. And the cafeteria, the staff cafeteria, that is the Silver Lounge. I need to sleep. I'm just gonna go find out what they have to offer me, and I need to change my shoes. This is it. We're gonna go in. That's where I was looking for. Good morning. This is Hello 43. I decided to fly back because I wanted to go for a concert tomorrow and perhaps maybe go for dinner today, but I'm not sure. I'm really tired. I haven't slept that much the past few days, but I am thoroughly grateful, and I think that 43 has started perfectly right, because unintentionally, I have consecutively used Qatar for long distance flights, and it all added up to them saying, hey, you're now silver. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I didn't check what that meant. I was like, fine, whatever it means, shall find out. So when I got to the airport yesterday, I was like, oh, here's your pass for the silver lounge. I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. At least I'll get free internet, that's for sure. So it was quite nice in Lagos. And then when I got here, I was like, because I read the email then in the flight, and I was like, it said some airport for designated lounges. I was like, I don't know if I want to ask, but I just said, fine, let me ask them. So I said, hey, what's the deal with silver? And I was like, oh, there's a silver lounge. Go there. I was like, oh, that's cool. So that's where I've been. And they actually have a sleeping area. So I lay down because I was kind of panicking about the 5 hours. My flight's leaving we're boarding at 8:10 and it's leaving at 9. So, and we arrived at 3:30. So it was good to have somewhere to lie down and not necessarily have to pay for it. Because I think the last time, where was I flying to when I saw Pia? Was I flying to New Zealand? I think it was my first time flying to New Zealand, and I saw Pia here in the airport. I had to take a sleeping capsule, or one of those things, because I had a long layover. And this summer I didn't have to do it, so that's quite cool. So I did watch a movie called Disco Africa. On this flight, I was so tired I could only do one movie. Oh, another thing, where I say welcome to 43. So somehow the flight attendants, obviously they have the details, noticed that it would be my birthday when I was landing. So they were like, hey, do you want to have a roll to yourself so you can sleep, blah blah blah. So that's very nice of you. And they did give me a roll. Then, here's the next thing. I got a mango juice, but I didn't realize that the tray table, it wasn't straight, because normally they're straight and you can put the cup somewhere else apart from the hole where you're supposed to put it. So I put it in, but it wasn't straight, so it slid down and the mango juice just spilled on the second chair and a bit on my jeans, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. So he gave me napkins, clean everything, but he was like, did it get on your trousers? I was like, yeah. I was like, wait. And he gave me a set of pajamas for free, so now I've got flying PJs. That's what I was wearing, I just changed. So yeah, I might be packing my flying PJs more regularly, because I think it's cool to sleep in not the clothes you're going to be wearing, although ideally every time you get off the plane you just go and shower and change. But I think it's really cool to have like the flying PJs from Qatar. So I have those. Anyways, oh yeah, so I saw the movie Disco Africa, which was based in Madagascar. Now I'm thinking, maybe I should go to Madagascar instead. Maybe I should go to Madagascar, but like try, so not the resorts and all of that, really try to stay in the town with people. So I'm going to do a little bit of research. The movie was quite interesting. I'm going to do a little bit of research about Madagascar and how much hiking you can do and how you can make it affordable. And if that turns out to be something doable, I'm going to do Madagascar instead of the islands. But again, there's always the concern of what kind of people travel to Madagascar and how much solo travel there is in Madagascar. So I don't know, I have to check that. I mean, the islands definitely not much. So, and I just left an NGA message about Argentina in February. So since she's gonna hike Patagonia and all of that, I might as well join her. And in all honesty, that's all. I couldn't watch another movie, I was too tired. So I watched that Disco Africa, and then I tried to sleep. I mean, I think it was really kind of them to give me 3 seats, but I'm 173. I'm not super tall, but I can't lie on it either without making somebody stumble. So I kept trying to find a way not to let my feet go out, and that was more challenging than just, I mean, the easiest way would have been for me to sit upright and stretch my legs. That worked, but like to kind of lie across the 3 seats didn't really work because my legs would stick out anyway. So yeah, I had a challenge with that, but otherwise it was perfect. Just lying down meant I got rested, and then here in the lounge lying down again. So yes, they are pretty packs and they're nice. Not that I was looking for them. because I'm not really that kind of person to say, oh, I want this, I want to be this. No. If it comes with what I've done so far, that's fine. So that's why I'm kind of happy, because hey, I got it without even knowing. Any which ways, it's 7:31 and they do not sell malaria prophylaxis or tablets here, so I was supposed to get the second doses in Lagos, but I didn't manage to do that. Oh my god, so I'm gonna tell you the funniest thing. So I kept some money because I wanted to buy water. This is when I didn't figure out that in the lounge I would have all those things and I wouldn't need to do it. And I was like, oh, and these are really horrible old notes. I was like, I don't need to be keeping this, especially since they're rumoring they're going to change at some point. I was like, okay, the next person I come across that doesn't deliberately ask me for money, I'll just give it to them. So I'm walking past this lady, and I think I must have seen her in 2020. I mean, she looks so familiar, her face. Anyways, so I walk past her, and I'm just about to, and then she says, auntie, you bless me. I was like, oh, you had to ruin it. So I did. I continued, went to the check-in gate. Not the check-in, like the, it was like more or less a check-in gate. While she was there, they were making serious, like, non-stop announcements saying you shouldn't bribe and you shouldn't tip people. I was like, okay, that's interesting to know. It's like it's prohibited. So the lady checking my bag says, auntie, you bless us. I said, but did you not just hear the announcement? Because I was actually thinking of giving the money to someone, but did you not hear the announcement? Hey, I don't mind those people. They're the ones that collected the money. They not collect from you. And I said no, because generally I don't give anyone. I don't believe in that. But now they're actually saying we shouldn't give. So, I mean, how can you hear it when you're asking me? And she was like, yeah, but don't mind them, they collect as well. Which in all fairness, it's true, because they did ask me and I said I didn't have anything. That all the money I had left was to buy water for myself, so I can't give them anything. So I guess all of them just listen to the announcements and then say they'll disregard it. All the funny thing is those announcements are not being made where they are. Now I'm guessing the reason they're insisting on making it where we're boarding the plane is they assume that people are now at the point where they can get rid of their last cash, and they just want to make sure that colleagues don't get it. But I also get it, because like if you said, oh, you can tip but it's not bribe, then they would still find a way to abuse that, so that's why they say none. Nonetheless, it didn't seem that the announcement was very effective, because she was still soliciting for stuff. Not in a bad way, but like, yeah. So I thought it was funny, because they were making that announcement non-stop, and she still asked, and I was like, clearly you don't listen to it. Any which ways, I've just taken my medication, which means I'm going to go check out a lovely breakfast. I'm probably not going to be able to eat it. Well, except I literally wait. Well, I need like 20 minutes transit time to my gate. So I might just grab some fruits and eat it on the way when the time is right. I can't eat it now. That's the story of my life.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our Privilege Club and One World Frequent Flyer members. As we prepare to depart from Munich, please ensure that your hand luggage has been placed in the overhead storage compartment.
I'd like to hear from you. Have you been back in Nigeria this year? Which airline did you use? And what was your experience doing that? When you fly back to Nigeria, do you always fly into Lagos? I personally do not like flying into Lagos. I fly to Abuja, very simply because they do not harass you in Abuja. They respect themselves. And Lagos, it is business as usual. So flying out, I'm like, So I prefer to fly into Abuja and fly out of Lagos. So I don't know about you. I will be sharing the experience on my time in Lagos, my time in Enugu, my time in Alanam, my father's village, and of course the experience volunteering 7 days in Nigeria. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Yours truly, Liesel81. We have landed in Munich, and that concludes my 12 days volunteering trip.
Welcome to Munich. The local time here is 12:50 p.m. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft is completely stopped and the seatbelt sign is switched off. Please take care when opening the overhead compartments and ensure that you have all your personal belongings and travel documents with you as you disembark the aircraft. Remember that smoking is not permitted until you are within the designated smoking area. Thank you for choosing to fly with Qatar Airways and the One World Alliance. It has been our pleasure taking care of you today. Qatar Airways, going places together. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to ensure a smooth disembarkation process, we ask that you remain seated until the row ahead of you is vacated. Thank you.
Okay, so we have landed, and that is the end of my trip. I will give a rundown on the organizations I got to work with, and also maybe why I flew the way I flew and what it costs now to take inland flights. Normally I would use road transport, but for a lot of people it's no longer advisable, so flying. And there are a couple of new airlines that I didn't know before, but I didn't also use them. I used Air Peace. So we'll talk about all of that, but we have just touched down in Munich, 12:50 on the 3rd of December, and I will run you down all the places we got to see and work with between 21st of November until actually I would say 29th of November. So the 21st November to the 29th